Welcome back to the Bible Reading Project. It is Monday.
Monday.
Revelation chapter 5 all week long. It's going to be deep.
Your favorite chapter?
It is, really. I would have never said that before. But I'm going to proclaim today that Revelation 5 is probably my favorite chapter of the whole Bible.
Nice.
Yeah, it used to be Galatians. What's your favorite chapter of the whole Bible?
I like Romans chapter 12.
Why?
Because it talks about this idea of an upside down kingdom, of how we should consider everyone else better than ourselves. And I've tried to live that out the best that I can, and I've seen a lot of blessing from that.
Wow. I think we need to start all over because I feel like you're really too spiritual today. Have you fasted recently?
I fasted. I've been fasting since 12 o'clock.
Because I feel like it's a different Ryan. Like, I now feel inferior.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like your spirituality is over the top today. Like, I don't even feel like there's any humor. And, you know, I usually jab and you jab back. But now I feel like if I jab on me, jabbing Jesus. That scares me. Something happened? I mean, is there a woman in your life? Did something happen the weekend we would like to know about that has made you feel like, I feel like there's even an aura of spirituality around you.
An aura of spirituality.
Has anything happened, or
nope.
So just God and you got tighter somehow.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Well, then it's going to be a great week, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to pull some of that out because it's thick in the room today. But we got five days to hang out together and talk about Revelation chapter 5. But before we get into the deep stuff of Revelation, and I only think it's a few verses long. It's not that many verses. I think 14 maybe. You said you had a question again from Anonymous. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking if people have the guts to text or email or comment, I think they got to give their name. I mean, if they want us to read their names publicly, they got to commit. It's like you're not going to get to heaven and go, I'm anonymous. So
but in heaven, there's no condemnation.
So did they text you?
Yeah, they texted me.
Did it come across on your phone as anonymous, or they just said, please leave me anonymous?
Well, the last time this person asked a question, they wanted to remain anonymous. So I just assumed that carries over to the next question.
Okay, well, maybe you should text them back later and say, this is the last anonymous question you get. Okay, and we're going to reveal you. We're going to pull the mask off of you, the hypocritical lifestyle of wanting answers but not one. Let me ask you a question while you pull up that. Does it bother you when people say, I have an unspoken prayer request?
Yeah, it does bother me.
It bothers me. Why does it bother you?
Because when you pray, you need to pray specifically. And then you're saying, I have an unspoken.
Yeah, like I have an unspoken request. Would you agree with me? And I'm like, well, what if you're going to kill your grandma? I mean, I don't, right? I don't. What do you want your wife to die? I don't know. I don't want to agree with something I don't even know. Yeah. So I just wondered because it's always bothered me. Mm-hmm. I never say anything. Of course, I'm kind, and I'm like, well, sure, I'll pray with you.
Sure, right, yeah.
But I don't even know how to agree in faith for unspoken.
Yeah, so neither.
So it's been weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay. Give me the anonymous question before we jump into, because it's going to get deep, and so let's start out a little mellow. Although mellow means half rotten. We'll start out slow, and then we'll get better, I hope.
All right, question. Why is there a little girl licking ice cream on the TV every time? LOL.
Okay, first I would like to start with why did they assume the gender of that child on the screen?
Yeah, that's a good.
I don't think that's fair. So tell Anonymous.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be a little better there.
Okay.
But that is a little girl, of course.
Of course.
So they were correct. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give $50 to the person that can tell me where that picture was taken. And the thing beside her there would give it away. So the little wooden thing to her right, your left, would give it away of where this ice cream eating child was. Okay. So it's a good geography. It's in the South somewhere. And so if you get it and you announce it, I will give you $50. Nice. I'll Venmo you. You'd have to give a Venmo. So Anonymous would never get it because they won't give their name. Yep. So, but the little child is a girl. This my daughter, and she's eating ice cream. And we felt like since we were criticized for not having women represented, we felt like we would leave this as a representation of all women everywhere. And you can tell she's kind of lording over us.
Yes, she is.
higher than we are.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a subliminal message to all women everywhere that you and I are very submitted to the rulership of women, and we love women.
Right.
We're glad they're here. And this little girl represents the show, the whole show.
The whole show.
So that's why she's there. So we went from the Bible Reading Project logo to this.
Right.
Just to say, hey, although somebody did comment and say, are you ever going to have anybody of any other races, are all on there. So I'm going to have to pray through this now. So, but it's going to be a great week. Revelation 5. Let's open it up.
All right.
And let's start reading the Bible. It's going to be a good week. Here's what we're going to talk about. Well, let me just read it, and then we will see what we can talk about all week long. And I loved last week too. Like we did all week long just talking about angels, and that was fun. I learned a lot. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see how the vote goes. We're going to reveal the vote. The vote. Do you remember your vote? The shave, right?
Yeah.
Count me in.
Right.
If we get 50 of them, shaving. Are you ready?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, we're a whole weekend.
Okay.
I mean, don't we need to I think we need to have a time limit. Can't be 6 years down the road. Oh, we hit 50.
No. It has to be 50 on the day it launched. So on Monday of last week, we launched Count Me In.
Yeah.
And we will reveal tomorrow on our broadcast whether or not 50 comments came in. Mm-hmm. And if they did, then we shave your beard.
Okay.
That sound good?
Sounds good.
I love it. I cannot wait. This is going to be the most exciting week ever in my life. So verse 1, chapter 5. Then I saw a scroll in the right hand of the one who was sitting on the throne. There was writing on the inside and the outside of the scroll, and it was sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel who shouted with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to break the seals on the scroll and open it?" But no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll and read it. And then I began to weep bitterly because no one was found worthy to open the scroll and read it. But one of the 24 elders said to me, "Stop weeping. Look, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the heir to David's throne, he has won the victory. He is worthy to open the scroll and its 7 seals." And then I saw a lamb that looked as if it had been slaughtered, but it was now standing between the throne and the 4 living beings and among the 24 elders. He had 7 horns and 7 eyes, which represent the 7-fold Spirit of God that is sent out into every part of the earth. He stepped forward and took the scroll from the right hand of the one sitting on the throne. And when he took the scroll, the 4 living beings and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they held gold bowls filled with incense, which are the prayers of God's people. And they sang a new song with these words: "You are worthy to take the scroll and break its seals and open it, for you were slaughtered, and your blood is ransomed people for God from every tribe and language and people and nation. And you have caused them to become a kingdom of priests for our God, and they will reign on earth." And I looked again, and I heard the voices of thousands and millions of angels around the throne and of the living beings and the elders, and they sang in a mighty chorus, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slaughtered to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing." And then I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea, and they sang, "Blessing and honor and glory and power belong to the one sitting on the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever." And the 4 living beings said, "Amen." And the 24 elders fell down and worshiped the Lamb. Here's our thought this week.
All right.
No one in heaven, on earth, or under the earth was able to open the scroll and read it. And I want to talk all week long about how we humans are constantly looking for the wrong things to find worth and value. It's going to be a great week. Thank you so much for hanging out with Ryan and I today. We will see you tomorrow on Tuesday to continue reading in Revelation chapter 5. Have a great day.